What's going on, traders? I'm Chicken Little. The sky is falling. Sky is falling. Oh, man. What is going on out there, folks? Toy says, I love it. Yes. Oh, man. It is going to be a Monday, Friday. It's going to be a day for the books. Now, the good news is, we were together last time when something like this happened. I don't know if most of you remember. Yeah, my voice is a little hoarse. It's safe to say that I might have been on the phone a few times a day. There's a chance I've been making phone calls. So the last time that I can remember that this has been, similar to what's going on today is really August 24th. August 24th. There's a lot of similarities last time and today. Some, not all. It's going to be very, very interesting what's going to happen today. That's for sure. There's a chance the circuit breaker might get hit. We might just... It'll be a historic day if the market shuts off for more than 30 minutes during the market open. I don't necessarily think this is the end of the world, though. It's possible. Futures definitely did have the circuit breaker turned on. That did happen. The Asian markets is just getting absolutely destroyed. Everything's red. The sky's falling. Chicken Little is freaking out. Everything's going down. So... we're probably going to break some protocols today. Do things a little bit differently than we normally do. Just a little bit, I guess, with the kind of the progression, I should say, of how we're going to look at gaps and how we're going to look at day trades and things like that. So anyway, here's what I want to kind of just, before we get started this morning, let you guys all in on a secret. The secret is, don't lose a lot of your account today. Don't try to become a millionaire today. Today is going to be like any other day in the sense that we're going to look for gaps, we're going to try to day trade them, we're going to try to follow our plan, and we're going to try to mitigate risk as much as possible. When everyone is freaking out, everybody's freaking out, like it happened right here, like a few times over here. When everyone is really, really, really worried, that's usually a good time to be the opposite, right? If everyone is doing the same thing, if everyone is thinking the same thing, that's when you got to ask yourself, that's going to be too easy. What else is there out there? What else do we have? What else is going on? So in regards to our day trades, that's why we're here. We're here to day trade this morning. We're here to crush it. If we make some money today, fantastic. If we don't, not going to be stressed out. I told Justin Linderman yesterday to make sure that I'm on calm Jeremy mode. I got some sleep last night. My phone is still charging. It's been an amazing night, evening, day, all that kind of good stuff. We got some swing trades. There's a lot of things out there. Here's what we're looking for as far as day trades. And I think Maria summed it up very, very well. What we're really looking for is we're going to look for gaps. Obviously, everything in the world is bearish right now. I mean, literally everything in the world. It's all bearish. There's not going to be a lot of gap ups today. So yeah, we might be playing some bearish activity. Very, very early in the morning, implied volatility on options is going to be nuts. And... it's going to be an interesting series of events. So usually we look at the SPY at 8:20 my time every single morning. It's 8:05. We're already looking at it. Here's what we got to understand: that the SPY is gapping down to a support. So right now, pre-market, we're about 203.64, which is right about here. Now, there is no way that I could disagree that this gap is bearish. Everyone's being trapped out there. Everyone's getting hosed. Everyone's losing money. Pretty much across the board. Anyone who bought anything yesterday is down. So yeah, I get that. This is a very bearish gap. Pre-market low on the SPY was 200.29. It's going to be very, very difficult to actively trade more than one or two stocks today with options. I will go ahead and let you know if you're looking at playing any options, go ahead and start trying to find the levels that you want to buy and buy some options, buy a little bit of time that you do not mind being in the trade for a little bit. Because, yeah, there's a lot of things that are going to go on here. Let's talk about the bearish repercussions of this gap. Could this thing really just be the top and we hit, 187? Well, it's not going to happen today. I'm totally fine if it does occur. Right? So you guys know, hear it here first. I'm okay with it if it happens. And it probably will. Probably will happen. So, not today, but, something like this is very possible. And that's probably more than likely what's going to play out, and I hope it does. And if it makes it back down to this 180-ish area, I'm going to be a buyer. Justin Linderman said yesterday in the afternoon, this is a great place for a shoulder if we're going to make one. So, we're there. We're gapping down. Everybody's trapped. I get that. Rob says, I exit my nugget position pre-market for 219 R gain. Bought on January 19th, 2016. Exit at 127. Best trade so far. Happy. Yeah, got to be happy about that, man. Great job. Great job. Well done. So, yeah, we're looking at some, there's going to be profitable trades today, profitable positions. I don't want us to go into today thinking everything we play we're going to make money on. It's a dangerous thing to think about because if you get into 3 trades at once and they all go against you, it can be a bad morning. So, yeah, we're going to be managing our swing trades. We're going to be managing our day trades. I'm pretty much here to help answer any questions that I can. Look for some good gaps. We can talk about those absolutely without question. But on SPY, I am looking for some longs. I'm looking for some longs today. And I'm looking for a candle to end that looks something like this or this. So in retrospect, we could gap down. We could probably do something like this, this, this. And we could run for the hills. That's a possibility. We could gap down, do this, this, this. Either way, the wave rotation, mid-July is going to be pretty important on earnings. I know you're saying, Jeremy, are you seriously bullish right now? Kind of, yeah, because we're capping to some supports. And if we come over here into the pre-market, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at the 15-minute chart on the pre-market. And you got a really, really intense candle. So here's what I would love to see. For being honest with each other, I'd love to see this. If we just start selling really, really hard and we're down 4 or 5%, I'm going to consider picking up some longs near the pre-market low. Options, that is. Probably cheap out of the money options for July. So something like up here, 207, 206, out of the money. It's going to depend on how it closes. Could it be a head and shoulders? Yes. Could we make some bearish money off of this? Yes. But that's what I'm kind of considering cheap. If you're going bullish today on whatever it is you're going bullish on, I'm going with cheap out of the money July, August options. Already got a few set up just in case we do bounce here. The market really is not going to know how to react to this whole England leaving the European Union vote thing. The vote was so close that I do expect either a recount or something to happen, right? Some type of policy or something, right? It's not over, is what I'm saying. This is not the last time. This is not the last time you're going to hear of this. This is not going to get swept under the rug Monday and we're just going to be, out the door. This is also a pretty decent market for straddles and strangles. Okay? Straddles and strangles which means if you're buying options, you're buying calls, and you're buying puts, this is a good market for that because there's going to be a lot of volatility. So if you're going into any position you do not know what to expect, you could do both. I also would say, as far as your swing trades are concerned, a lot of us have some credit spreads. Just if you got to unravel them as you see fit. If you get put some stocks, it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. I'm ready for it. And I think a lot of you guys are as well. So we're going to play it as the best of our ability. Again, I just want to reiterate, as far as trading is concerned, a lot of us are going to do well over the next few days and weeks. I just don't want you to think that today is the day that we make $10 million. Only because perception is reality. And if you perceive something, that's what something usually is. So be cautious. Treat today like every other day. If the trade's there, awesome. If it's not, don't take it. Wait, be patient. Don't blow up your account today. Don't panic. Just let's have some fun. Dean says, what I know about today is I'm going to keep my RDS shares and you're going to own Netflix. Which I'm fine with. I am cool with that. So let's talk about, really the gaps on my list right here, they're pretty much awesome, flawless in every way, and I still haven't really figured out how to get this 90 option to show up. So I'm just going to delete it and draw it again. So I do have a put sale on Netflix. It's going to be a while. It expires a while from now. There it is, objects tree. Netflix. Don't mind owning it though. Netflix, I am A-okay with. Alright, there we go. So I got a 90 put sale on Netflix. Got a few only got 2 put sales out there that I'm likely going to be owning today, but we're going to talk about a lot of them because again, I'm not really afraid to own down here. Maybe I'm being crazy. Maybe I'm being nuts buying into this, but we did the same thing not too long ago. So Netflix is gapping down 4.2%. We're gapping to 87.82 right now, which is just right below this gap, right below this wick. That's going to be a bearish play, and my target today on Netflix is 85 and some change. 85, 75 is going to be my target for today. I think we hit it, and as we hit that level, you could probably sell options expiring today down here. So options that are expiring today probably will have premium. Just kind of throwing that out there. So for my option sellers, be patient. Don't bet the farm on any one trade. Again, take today like you take everything else. Just nice, cool, calm, and patient. Yes, everything is bearish. Yes, all the market is going to trade together today and for the next few weeks. So when one thing moves, it's all going to move. Technicals are not going to matter a lot today. So when all of it moves and all the manipulation and all the stuff out there is going to happen, bullish or bearish, it's all going to move that way. It's all going to transpire that way. Whipsaws are bound to occur. So selling premium today, selling options at good levels, feel free to do so. If they're expiring today, you might be able to make a little bit of money. But emotions are going to rule. Technicals are pretty much off the charts right now. And just play it conservatively. And when it's there, we'll make some stuff happen. But yeah, Netflix is an amazing gap. There's no way I can deny that. I'm excited about it. Again, if I need to own some shares in Netflix, righteous. Not afraid about that at all. Okay, Netflix is pretty. Google, flawless. Gapping down. So I got a 670, 660. So that's going to be a ways before that's going to be an issue, but you never know. We're at 688 right now, which is right about here. So Google, really good gap on Google. You do have some measure of support over here on Google. Kind of draw this area right about there, which is about where we're opening. So again, 687-ish is about where we're opening on Google. Maria said earlier today she's looking for gaps less than 5%. I'm kind of the same way. Now the SPY, again, opening near a support. Google kind of opening near a support right here. Netflix opening near a support as well, technically. I mean, again, I love this Netflix gap, but there is a little bit of a pivot right here. Okay, that it could just probably trade to that immediately and then bounce. So I'm expecting today a bullish candle on pretty much the market with an upper and lower shadow. I do expect a lot of buying to cover. I could be massively wrong about that. We could have just a gnarly bearish candle. That's one of the two things we're going to get today. We're either going to get a high wave indecisive bullish candle, maybe a high wave indecisive bearish candle. We're either going to get a high wave candle like that today, or we're just going to get a behemoth of a bearish candle, something like this. One of those two things. And if we get the behemoth candle, we're probably going to trigger some circuit breakers. The market might get paused at noon, and then we might just watch, I don't know, Chicken Little or the Lego movie or whatever. But yeah, let's try to make some R's. Let's try to make some money. If the trade's there, let's take it. Let's have some fun. QRVO is a really good gap as well. And again, I've looked through a few gaps today. It's safe to say there's a few things gapping down. The low of yesterday is 56. Right now it's opening at 56.40. Not too long ago it was opening at 56. Murthy says, can you look at stocks under 30? I mean, you can send me whatever you want, buddy. It's everything right now is on. Everything in the world is gapping down. So yeah, if you have a question on any stock, let me know, buddy. So QRVO, maybe, right? We'll see. AIG, awesome. AIG is a really, really good gap. It's opening right here at 52. Not too long ago it was about 52.50, which I liked much better. So probably going to wait a little bit on that one. Facebook gapping down to 111.15, which is right about here. Facebook, great gap. It's all good gaps. Capital One Finance. Ticker symbol COF at 62.45. Probably right now my favorite gap of the day. Netflix being number 2. AIG being number 3. Cuervo, Facebook. So I like Capital One Finance because it's opening right below this pivot. Below this little candle right there. It's opening below that and opening below that. So that's Capital One Finance. So yeah, Murthy, if you got a question about a particular stock, brother, let me know. Happy to help in any way I can. Short sale restriction expected to be on today. Expect hard to borrow shares. Expect very wide bid-ask spreads. Do not get hosed today. That is our objective. Don't get hosed. Don't try to make $1 million today. Today is a day where you got to test your discipline as a trader. Sonic, SONC, gapping to 27.75. You're going to want to take out the low of this candle, which is 27.50. I agree. Absolutely great gap. You want it to either take out or break the low of these two candles, which are both 27.50. So this right here and this right here, both of those have the exact same low, Helena. So yeah, if it opens, well, it's opening pretty much right on it. So 27.75 is right here. So we'll probably do this and then that. I mean, again, I'm thinking we're going to be ending with the indecisive candle today. Because again, a lot of people don't really know what's going on out there. It's just the cold hard truth. Market's doesn't really know how to react to this. ING gapping down to 10.27. Great gap. It's down 18%. It's a very, very far gap. It's going to probably have the circuit breakers on. It's probably going to have a short sale restriction on. Looks solid, though. I mean, there's no way you can argue that. I would say if you're looking to play ING, Murthy, look for the retest and the rollover. Not necessarily all the way up there, but don't take a breakout. Don't take breakouts today. Take a retest if you are taking anything. Retests are probably going to be a little bit better. But ING, we'll put that on the board. Some of you throwing other gaps my way. CCL. 45. Looks great. It all looks good. Pretty much if you type in a ticker, it's going to look good. Monsanto, 106.15. Looks great. Right? Find the stocks that you guys like and play those. There's no way we can play all of them today. We don't have a big enough accounts, and we don't want to be in everything. Nike, 52.50. Flawless. It all looks good. Everything looks good. Priceline. Priceline today, gapping down 85 points. So 1305. Right about here. Brian says gapping down to the middle of the channel doesn't look that great. Doesn't look amazing, but people are definitely trapped on Priceline. It's going to be a fun day, folks. Find the few stocks that you like. Find the few gaps that you like. Focus on those. This is a day for the history books. This is a day for history. Gold right now at 126. So it's gapping up. It is gapping to some resistance, but it is clearing a lot of pivots. So gold on the weekly chart, here's the only main resistance that it has, 126.21. We're above that. We're at 126.75. So expecting this to be a pretty good gap on gold. This is one of the few gap ups that we have out there. Here's your 15-minute. This is extended hours data. So we can already see we've already kind of had some pullbacks, but all kind of buyable. So expecting gold to continue. This afternoon is going to be a fun afternoon, right? Finance Friday. It's going to be exciting. So gold, we'll keep that on our list. Definitely going to be keeping an eye on that. Gold's going to be very, very interesting. Now, the good news is we do have 2 bearish swing trades. That's the good news. So, Foot Locker, we are in bearish, and unfortunately, it's only down 1%. 1 measly percent. It's like, really? The one trade that a lot of us are in, it's like, nah, I'm not really gapping that much. It's like a lot of us are in this one. It's like, nah, you know, don't worry about me. Not really doing anything. Nothing to see here. The other one that we are also in is PayPal. Now, PayPal is down at 34.85. So PayPal is almost down up an R on this gap down. So that's going to be a really fun gap. We'll obviously be able to move the stop down today. 33.31 is going to be our target for today. I will exit all if it hits there. That's already been my plan. Strong gap it could fill today, and we could always get back in on a retest later. So PayPal gapping down, which is good. We are also triggered into this trade, bullish DCI. Pre-market, we don't have any material on it right now, which honestly is kind of a good thing. Maybe it gaps, maybe it doesn't, but we don't really have a lot of movement pre-market, so maybe we don't get hosed on this. That would be cool. And that's really overall about it. And we'll see. Brian says, I got harassed for not having a PayPal account. I know, you should. It's 2016, bruh. Gotta have a PayPal account. Whole Foods, gapping down, 29.85. Good gap. Whole Foods, I mean, everything is a good gap. I could type in the whole market. Pretty much whatever I type in, it's going to be good. So, Lindemann says, remember that today. You could always get in another time. Yep. The euro, US dollar, oh man, it's just doing insane things. Forex today, it was a really kind of comical because there was a lot of people who are like, oh, Forex is never volatile. Well, that's the euro dollar. That is a candle to be seen. The dollar index right now, huge bullish candle. Dollar index, again, bouncing off that support. So, you know, we'll keep waiting to see what happens. It's Gonna be good. Dean says Etsy is not a good gap. Today might be a fun day. Let's find not good gaps. All right, so Etsy. Hey, you're right, Dean. Not really a gap of any magnitude. Oh my gosh, 312 text messages. Oh geez. It's gonna be. I'm not sleeping until Monday, I don't think. Brian says Dean wins a not good gap award. I'm telling you. Jessica says think stocks could drop too fast to get in on anything. Absolutely, it's probably gonna happen. Ed says wonderment going around my head. After the dust settles, will investors from foreign shores pile into USA stocks because it will appear relatively stable? It's a very, very good question. Very good question, Ed. And I think so. I think you're correct. I mean, USA is going to feel stable. I don't think that this is the end of the world. I really don't. If you think about it, it's not that bad of a thing. England leaving the European Union. Okay? It's not terrible news. So, I mean, it's not World War III. It's not great news for the European economy, but it's not terrible. Jay says, I think we sell off early and day in a rally. I agree. So we got 3 minutes till the bell rings. What am I looking at? Okay. Capital One Finance is going to be my go-to for the day. If I'm going to take any trade early this morning, it's going to be this one. I'm just looking to make an R or something this morning. That's my objective, folks. Just looking to make an R or something. SPY is gapping to a target. So I'm gonna, if I'm taking anything, I'm gonna let it retest. Linderman, make sure to remind me to retest anything I'm gonna play today. So if Capital One Finance just breaks out of this support, awesome. I'll be looking for a retest on it. I'm looking to play retest today, and I do think we have a rally at some point in the afternoon. So if I can get a white candle, I need bullish candles before I can take a breakout. Otherwise, I'm gonna be waiting for a retest. And I just want to say, if I can go all day without taking a trade, I think you guys should mail me a gold star. Doesn't have to be a real gold star. Doesn't actually have to be physical gold, but I think I should get a frequent trader point for that. Right? I mean, right? All right. You guys be proud of me. I don't have any emails right now. I've been knocking them out all morning. I haven't got a chance to really tackle my text messages yet, but that's okay. Limmer says, I'm no history major, but I have a question. Is this any way similar to when the U.S. started and didn't want the British taxes and all that jazz? Not quite. Not quite. It's a great question, but it's close, but not quite. Launched it today. I look at Apple. I did not. It's a great thing bringing it up. Apple down to 93. Great gap, but again, opening near a support level. So I'm looking to probably get into some longs Apple down here. It looks like Brad was correct, though. Didn't close up my 96.78, so I guess I'm just going to have to wait for a covered call. It's all good. Every gap out there is great. Except for Etsy. It's all good out there. It's going to be hard to manage. Let's see what we can do. Market's open. Let's see what we got. Capital One Finance, my favorite gap of the day. They all look great, though. I will not be surprised if we just start making bullish moves at some point, but it's probably going to be a while before that. Okay, so if Capital One can give me some kind of bullish indecision candle, something like that, that's pretty saucy right there. Saucing, I'm saucing, I'm saucing on you. Alright, gonna bring that up there. So again, this is the 1 minute chart. This is the 1 minute. So again, there's no way we can trade 115 things today. If my objective is just to make sure that you guys become excited and trade well, that's fantastic. We're already getting some gaps on the 1 minute. Great. Oh my gosh, the bid-ask spread on Capital One Finance is 19 cents. Holy smokes. Whew. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're going to definitely do retest today. Let the spread calm down. That was the retest right there. That was it. It's just that spread is just so wild. I wonder how British Petroleum is doing. I haven't looked at that yet today, believe it or not. Only 6% down. Okay. Only 6%. Looks like a fadeable gap to me. Netflix, all right, gapping down. AIG. I mean, again, guys, if we do fade, not shocked. Not shocked at all because of SPY. I gotta have SPY on my list. How do I not have SPY on my list? I mean, we're gapping to some support. So again, let's throw that out there. If we start fading up today, totally makes sense. I think we could pull back a little bit, but remember, this is America, right? America's open now. This is the U.S. of freedom, United States of Freedom, America. So we're like England, who? Come on now, hop on this. Let's buy some. I don't even know what that means, but you know, America. Like Ed's saying, I mean, a lot of people are probably gonna hop over to say American stocks. I'm like, well, there's some strength over there. They're not succeeding. They're not leaving. So what are we doing here on Capital One Finance? Well, right now the spread's finally calming down about 7 cents. The SPY is at a rock solid support. I probably should have. Yeah, I mean, honestly, guys, it's not going to surprise me if we fade here if we keep going up. We're at a very, very good support. So if I'll put it this way, if we really do get a good bounce and we start getting a rollover and we get that break higher, I mean, fades are going to be really exciting. Financials are weak, though, just because they're always weak. I always like weak financials. I'm always a big fan. I'm not gonna get into a trade just because I have to, though. Of that, you can rest assured. All right, what's AIG doing? Okay. I mean, really, obviously, a cute gap, down 4%. There's your 5-minute candle on AIG. Second favorite gap of the day right now. Using some of this pre-market data to kind of give me an understanding of what I like on a few things. So AIG kind of setting it up. Again, let's just be patient, not in anything right now. Sonic opened at 27.85 and bounced because that 27.50 support. ING probably bouncing a little bit. Monsanto, nice candle on Monsanto. CCL, pretty decent candle on Carnival, honestly. Again, great gap. It's a bearish retest gap. How come our Foot Locker couldn't be down? I don't know. Carnival has a really interesting support break right here. That actually might become my third favorite gap. It's pretty good looking move, Zane. I remember you were looking at Carnival pretty closely. That pre-market support right there, if it takes out that level, I would imagine trades at least down to the pre-market low, which is already a 1-to-1. Brad's giving me a Capital One number. 61.73 by 62.32. So here's the retest. I'm going to keep waiting. Again, I like that retest, but SPY is climbing. I think we're going to fade. Bullish candle, upper high wave bullish candle. Called it before the open. I think that's what we're going to get. 61.73 says Brad's. All right, so Brad's looking for a low of the day break with a stop pretty much above here. I like this setup, but if SPY is going to fade, I'm not going to trade this one bearish. I usually would. Okay, usually I wouldn't really care. But just keep in mind that I mentioned earlier today, everything's going to move together. And this is America, right? I don't even know what that means. I keep saying that, but honestly, all I'm saying is, we're like, so the American market is open, and we're thinking to ourselves, what? Really? What's going on over there? Like, how is this a huge deal? That's what our investors are thinking. How? This is not that big of a deal. So they had a vote. So what? What does it even mean? Like, a lot of our investors over here don't even know what this means. I don't even really know what it means. I'll give you an example. It's like if Texas succeeded from the U.S., why would England care? It's like, I don't really. Yeah, their GDP is pretty much a small country, but not pretty much, it is. All right, so gold pulling down a little bit. And SPY cruising. So here's what's going to happen, I think, on SPY. So let's look at some of this pre-market data. SPY is about to pull back right now. Here's the 5-minute chart. So again, this pre-market data, very, very strong right here, this resistance. If we break through that, we're going to retest, and then that's going to be a trap, and we're going to keep fading. So my bulls, have fun. Zane, really it's the migration disaster. That I agree with. So Zane says it means different trade deals, different money flows, different decision makers, not to mention the preservation of Western civilization from the migration disaster. That's really what has been the issue. Is the in my personal opinion, now again, I'm no smarty, right? I don't really know anything, but I do know that England is not enjoying the migration issue that's coming. They don't like it. That I do agree with fully. They're not a big fan of everything that's happening. And England's a small country. You guys know England's like the size of Florida, right? England's tiny. The Prime Minister resigned. He's not super excited about the whole deal. Steve says Germany's not happy. Yeah, Germany's not happy. There's a lot of countries that are not happy about everything. So, I don't know, it's just something to keep in perspective. Dean says, if we gap down this far on a Brexit vote, I wonder how far we would gap down after electing Trump. It would be a gap, that is for sure. We could count on the gap. All right, so again, I'm waiting here right now, team, because things are fading a little bit, which is great news. Great news. All right, let's hop over here and look at some of these other things we got going on. So Delta Airlines, losing on that one pretty hard, but it's decent. Google. Again, no denying that this is a bearish gap, but it's at support. So I'm not really freaking out that hard right now about anything. Amazon, great gap to support. Really pretty. Royal Dutch Shell, the A class. down. So Dean, if you want to buy back that July covered call at 55, it pretty much should be worthless. Well, I don't know about worthless, but it should be lower than it is now. DCI, we did get stopped out on DCI. Figured we would. 1 hour loss though. I can live with a 1 hour loss. If you did the first 30 minutes, I couldn't tell where it was opening, so I didn't really change it. Usually I like to say, okay, if I'm doing a swing trade, I'm not a really big fan of the first 30 minutes leaving the market open, but I'm out of DCI for a loss. That is okay though. Not the end of the world. Okay. By the way, the whole Brexit term, does anyone else hate that? Well, hate's a strong word. My mom always made me say that. Jeremy, hate's a strong word. Don't use it unless you're serious. So I don't hate the term Brexit. I just really, I vastly dislike it. I unconsequentially loathe the term Brexit. Jessica says, yeah, it's like preggers. Oh man, that, guys, I'm telling you right now, if you want to know the way to a woman's heart, she'll be like, hey babe, are you preggers? That is just 100% winning. Right, Jessica? The term preggers just, man, they love it. The ladies love that term. Preggers. Oh my gosh. It's like, it's not even an abbreviation really, because it's the same length as pregnant. It's just a worse word of it's terrible. It's like prego? You're calling me prego? You're calling me a cheap sauce. What you're saying right now. Dean says, I like to make fun of it. Did you flex it yesterday? I did flex it, man. I did my best Jason Chase impression. You'd be proud of me. We're still fading, guys. SPY is almost at 206. This is lovely. Jason says, can't even trade options on my TD Ameritrade account. Why not, Jason? What's going on? All right, so we got stopped out DCI. That's okay. I can live with that. It's whatever. We lost. Capital One fading, and we're getting a big hammer. Bullish high wave candle. I love it. This is exciting. I do. I like it because I just, you know, I know some of you are playing the fade right now, and that makes me excited. I'm happy to look for something else. Netflix is at 90. Oh my goodness. Google's at 690. I would really like Google to bounce. That would be very, very useful. Facebook fading, Cuervo fading, Sonic fading, ING fading. It's all fading. I want to know where the goal is at. Show me the goal. It's almost at 206. Well, my hedge fund buddies right now are going bananas. Martha says, looks like trading is halted on ING. Or what? Or maybe some accounts are freezing. Oh, maybe I should pull this up. Brian says, my account is frozen IB. Does that mean that I might not have exited out of that trade? Oh, boy. Oh, man. If trading is frozen right now, this is not going to be good. I might go into a hissy fit. All right, give me a second. Oh, shoot. Brian says it won't let me exit anything. TD's frozen. Is anyone else frozen? I'm pulling this up. Give me a second. Wow. Where should I try to exit? Interesting. Steven says IB's working for me. No one says mine is working. Let me look at this on the 5 really quick. Okay, so here's a pullback that I'm just mentioning we're probably going to get. So we're going to get some volatility today. You can expect that. Looking for this. Yeah, so mine's working okay, Brian. So yeah, I might maybe have to give him a call. I was just logging in and seeing a sea of red. I was like, oh man. Yeah, so it should be okay. Jessica says, does Thinkorswim look like it's working for you guys, but when you try to execute it, it doesn't? That is a good question that I do not know. So here's what SPY I think is about to do. I think a lot of people are going to hop on bearish in this little move right here. And I think it bounces. Now again, I could be wrong about that. But bottom line, if some of you can't trade, honestly, Brian, that might be a good thing on your Google. But I think it actually depends on where it is. No, you're in the money on a spread. Never mind. Yeah, it probably won't be a great thing. How's yours doing? Brad, you're doing fine? So it says SPY. Yep, SPY. Great little bounce. Oh boy, a lot of stuff going on right now. Some accounts are getting frozen. Some of you guys can't log in. I'm getting text messages. Let me go ahead and pull these up. Might as well start looking through some of them, see if there's anything actually important. Brad said, not having trouble canceling unfilled orders. Jay said Schwab and OXX are good. I will say, things are frozen for me too, Murthy, because I didn't actually try to do anything with Capital One. I didn't even try to enter anything. All right, well, let's just keep waiting. So Foot Locker did actually trade to our target. I didn't even get a chance to open it. So the open of today on Foot Locker, 51.71. Okay. A lot of stuff going on out there. So I'm gonna be a little bit patient because anytime I have technology issues, it stresses me out. And when I get stressed out, I don't trade very well. I just know that about myself. So let's just be patient. If we get some good trades, we'll play them. But let's just hang out. Okay. All right, let me hop over to PayPal. Oh man, so many things going on over here. Okay, PayPal. So PayPal did gap down. Again, we're getting some white candles. We're getting some buying. Capital One's at 62.81, which is my favorite gap of the day. Francesca. So we have a few swings open. Again, we can cancel some of those swings, I believe. So Francesca's we can cancel. And NMBL, Noble Energy, we can cancel those as well. Actually, kind of looks like a nice little bearish gap. Might put that on the list. NMBL doesn't look too bad. How do I have 300 text messages? All right, let me go look at some of these foreign banks. Deutsche Bank, you know, down 15%. But again, fading. Gap to a good location. So people are going to try to short here thinking this is the end of the world. I just don't think it's going to work for them. Okay, let me go back through this list. Again, Capital One, look at this, 62.80. Pretty decent hammer candle. It's going to make for a fun Monday, though. Oh, yeah, look at that. Things are setting up. The thing's about to break bearish, and I think people are going to hop on. I'm not hopping on. Not yet. Not yet. If I'm going to get embarrassed, this market's got to really prove itself, guys. I'm trying to sniff out a trap, and I think we're working on it. I think we're working on sniffing out a trap. So everything is pulling back right now, as expected. I shouldn't say everything, but a lot of things are pulling back as expected. There's SPY. So again, that little purple line is a pre-market resistance, which would be a new support. Okay, Nimble, sorry, I'm just getting a few things worked on over here. Nimble, of some of them, looks probably one of the better gaps out there. It shows a little bit of weakness. Facebook back to 113. I mean, we're getting a lot of fades out there. I think that we're kind of like, what's going on? You know, America is like, what's going on? What are you doing over there, England? I think that's what we're kind of thinking today. And again, this is a bearish gap, so I'm not saying we can't roll over from here, but it's going to be surprising if we do. So SPY 205.54. My hedge fund buddies are in calls. I think we're going to pop here. Well, that's pretty much the first hour of the markets. Good job being patient, team. Good job not getting hosed. Right? Just using good market to not go short here. I think we're going to keep going up. I'm really pumped. Thanks so much for tuning in, watching the first hour of Brexit. Exciting day. Great analysis. Well done, team.